Salmon Run is the most insane mode in Splatoon 3. That is, if you disregard X rank, of course. I'm sure you know that every Grizzco weapon supplies you with 4 weapons that randomly cycle through players after every wave you play. What you may not have known is that many weapons get damage buffs in order to give you a fair chance against Salmonids. If you notice that Splat Rollers seem to do more damage than in normal battles, that's why. But sometimes even these buffs aren't enough, which is where these come in. Grizzco Weapons are illegally modded weapons, which means they're awesome. They show up during shifts where question marks appear. These shifts are called wildcard rotations, and you can be supplied with any weapon, including Grizzco originals. Now, sometimes you get supplied with these golden question marks. This guarantees that you get supplied with one of the 7 Grizzco weapons. Today I take advantage of this and explain how these weapons work, while also ripping and tearing through some Salmonids. Let's get started. Every single wave right now, in this rotation, we are going to have a Grizzco weapon, which are very overpowered weapons. Looks like first up we have the Grizzco Splat. If you want to like work on collecting chunks or anything, then now's your time. Boom! You see that? I love these things. So basically the Splat, it's the closest that we will ever get to a melee weapon for Splatoon, like a complete melee weapon. The range of it is terrible. It doesn't have good range, but its power, I think it's the strongest out of any weapon ever. Grizzco Weapons included. This thing's crazy. It can pierce through armor, like you saw earlier, twice. And you can do like this crazy anime, like, omae wa mo shinderu, you know, kind of dash. The only downside to it is its mobility is not amazing, but it's got to have some downsides, because if it didn't have downsides, it would just be unbelievably strong and unfair. And it's borderline unfair now, because you can just do this. That's the best thing about these wildcard rotations. You get to feel powerful. I know, whoops. Well, when you do it right. There we go, double kill. Okay, well, this is going to be... well, that was... the one downside with this rotation is that every weapon has a downside, and if you don't know how to cope with that downside, that'll happen. The weapons that are fast are extremely fast, the weapons that are slow are extremely slow, and if you don't know how to handle them, or how to use them properly, you will lose. But check this out. Like, look how strong this is. 999, it doesn't even, it goes off of the screen. So right now, we have my least favorite Grizzco weapon, the Grizzcorella. This, in my opinion, is the weakest. The really good thing about this is that it has extremely quick firing rate, and it can ink turf very fast. Fastest out of all of the Grizzco weapons. The damage is just not great. Like, it still takes a while to take out lessers, and it's, you know... It doesn't have a canopy either, although I feel like the canopy is kind of a hindrance, at least to me, because I don't use Corellas very much at all. But aside from that, I mean, that's really all I can say about this weapon. Very average for a Grizzco weapon. If I was to make it better, I really don't know what I would do. Like, I am not the person to talk to about Corellas. I think the Blaster is just a better version of this, in my opinion. Of course, it's not the same, it's pretty different, but as far as speed goes, and yeah. And it can spread ink pretty well as well. I'm hoping that I can actually help people understand these weapons better with this. I did a video like this in Splatoon 2. I can't remember what it was called, but if you want to check it out, you can. The weapons that returned from Splatoon 2, they work pretty much the exact same way. I don't think there's any difference, aside from maybe like damage changes or like slight things. And also, if you just want help on normal Salmon Run, I made a video for that as well. I'll put that somewhere. I'm also planning on making this a video, so a high video. Okay, so yeah, that's the downside of the Splat. Like, terrible. Oh wait, actually, I can't just do that anyways. So, yeah, you have to find the advantages. There's always advantages, there's always disadvantages. Basically, this thing is just a Salmonid Slayer. If you've played Doom Eternal, it's the Crucible. But yeah, it can one-shot pretty much everything if you charge it up. Like so. It's so great. And it can also do that. Just like that. I'm going to throw this out. You also have to remember that even if you have these powerful weapons, you still have to use your specials. Because the specials will help, even if it's just for like a quick little boost in ink. Anyways, right here, we have the Blaster, which I was talking about earlier. Basically, it works just like a normal Blaster. You can just do this all day. It has a really good ink tank, really good ink capacity, and it does a really good job at taking out lessers, especially just chums, and ink spread is wonderful. Like, you can just do that. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. It can't do any piercing or anything like that. It was the first Grizzco weapon that they actually showed off, which was extremely exciting because that started the potential of, like, discussion. Like, oh man, which Grizzco weapon's gonna be next? Is there gonna be Grizzco Dues? Is it gonna be, like, Grizzco Charger? Like, what could it be? Also, little fun fact, as you can see on the blaster right now, the little yellow egg canisters on the top, it just shows that the power eggs are being used to develop these illegal weapons, which I think is a pretty cool detail. They're on every single weapon, so if you look closely, you may be able to see them. A fun fact that isn't actually fun at all, it's impossible to select which Grizzco weapon you're using in the training room, which is something I hope they add in the future, but I don't know if they will, because this game's been out for a while. Oh, check this out. Ah, I messed it up. I want to be able to do that at least once today, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, you will see. Darn it! I'm gonna get this to work. Finally, we get a different weapon that isn't the Splatana. So these are the Grizzco Dues. These are the newest Grizzco weapons that came out at the time that I'm streaming this. They work the exact same... Oh, and it's interesting, because we can actually use this now, I think. Oh! Okay, well, I don't think that works. I actually don't think I've ever tried that before. The Grizzco Dues, actually shooting them and the rolling speed, or sorry, not the rolling speed, the speed of shooting while in a roll, it is the exact same as base duelies. So there's nothing special there. What makes these duelies special is the fact that you can roll pretty much endlessly. I believe it's only like 7 or 8 rolls that you can do at a time, but I mean 7 is like the max you're going to do anyways. And it has an explosive roll, and you can just take everything out with that. So that's what makes these special. It's really good for going in to like swarms of salmonids and taking out everyone and then running away. They also have an explosion effect when you do it. That's how they do the damage. It can actually break flyfish's nets. I don't know if they can affect mudmouths. This would be the time to check. Look at this, just like that. Didn't even take any damage, so fast. Basically, if you can do it with a bomb, you can probably do it with these. Mudmouths, I'm not so sure about. I will have to be corrected on that. I don't think they work, but if they do, that's awesome. Oh yeah! These salmonids, they go down quick. Imagine how powerful if you just roll with it. You don't even have to go crazy. You can just kind of take it slow. Oh, well, maybe you do a little bit. And I can make a quick escape as well. Like, while I'm collecting eggs, if they start swarming me, I can just roll away and be fine, and take everyone out. It's like a win-win-win-win-win scenario. You can't lose in this scenario. Unless you're stupid. And I am stupid. Okay, yeah, you still have to be careful. So right here we have the Grizzco Stringer. The Grizzco Stringer was the first new Grizzco weapon to be released in Splatoon 3. This thing shoots... I can't even count this, it's a lot. The individual damage that they do, not great, but the spread is great, and it also takes up a lot of ink storage. You use up a lot of ink with this thing. So it can seem like a stupid weapon, why would you even use this, you know? But this thing can take out bosses if you're really close up, and you do it really well. I don't know if I'll be able to get a chance to do that because we're at high tide and I have to focus on everything else. But basically, if I can do it here, I couldn't. Yeah, this is not going the best. I didn't expect this. So yeah, this is actually the worst situation you want to be in with this weapon. There's nothing good about this, and we just lost. So yeah, I think we can actually see how much damage it really does, because we have it in the room now. Oh, we get kicked out. Actually, I think this will make it so we don't have the stringer now. Darn it. This is like... This is like when you set up your team in the JRPG, except everyone's an attacker and there's like no defenders, no healers, it's just all power. Oh, now's my chance to do the thing. Now's my chance to do the thing. Here we go. Oh, yes! So yeah, you can do that. You can escape mods if you're quick enough and you actually have a charge. Okay, so this is the Grizzco Slasher. Grizzco Slasher is another one of those weapons that just has immense power, but in consumption, it takes a hit. This weapon can pierce everything, except it isn't as powerful. But you get 4 shots of it, so... But you do get a max of 4 shots with a full ink tank before you have to go under and actually replenish ink. So I don't love this weapon, but you can take out the little pilot in here. Goodbye. Sorry. Oh yeah, it also goes through salmonids. That's a pretty key thing I forgot. So it does shred through everything, and it doesn't stop until it hits a wall, or it just eventually dips out and goes away. Now we get the Grizzco Stringer again. We have more room to work with, so hopefully I can do it properly. So the range of this thing, you can take out these guys pretty quickly. Like, that was nice. But that's not the coolest thing about this weapon. Oh, here we go, right? Oh, well, you saw how much damage that did, and I can probably just finish you off like that. So yeah, if you manage to do at least a partial charge and hit every single shot on one enemy, that's a lot of damage. I think the only one we haven't done yet is the Charger, which I actually love. I've really enjoyed the Grizzco Charger. Perfect. Perfect amount of ink to get right to the basket. Uh-oh! It's so satisfying. The Brella doesn't have that. So I'm hating on the Brella a lot today. But it is true, the Brella doesn't have the satisfaction of just... Ow. The Brella could have saved me from that. No, it couldn't have. It doesn't have a canopy. I feel like I ask this every time, but how do you guys like your eggs? I like scrambled eggs. And I don't like them running. If my scrambled eggs are running, I'm no. Like, I'm afraid I'll eat them and get salmonella and I'll die. And I don't want to die. I just want eggs. That's all I want. Scrambled eggs for you, but you don't care if they're running. I do. It's serious if my eggs are running. I make them and they're even slightly running. I bite into them. They look fine. And I bite them and it's like... And I'm like... Oh! No running eggs. Ouroboros. Now, if we get the Stringer right now, this is going to be the best day ever. Darn it! No one got a Stringer. The Stringer is really good against fighting, I was going to say Ouroboros, but just like any of the bosses in general. I mean, there's only 2 of them right now. Because it's so long, you can get like constant shots on it every time. Right now, we have Charger, who can actually hit pretty well. Like, that's good. We've got these, which you can only do this much damage. Like, that is so little damage. And we've got the Splatana, who cannot reach him. Well, kiss us goodnight. I find that it's not like a crazy sweep when you get a wildcard rotation like this, because people want to use these weapons a lot, because you don't get to use them a lot. People are like, well, the weapons are strong, so I should be fine, and no. Someone just died. Someone just died on the way over. They just poofed away. He burned up in the atmosphere when coming down from the plane. Or the plane. Hey, look at that airplane over there. Weird looking airplane. Look at that. Wait, I can shoot it. I didn't reach, but you saved my life. I'm so thankful for you. Sometimes the best thing you can do is run. Well, that... Didn't run hard enough. Little fun fact. We haven't had a fun fact in a while. The song only plays during wildcard rotation, so whenever there is a random weapon, like a question mark weapon, in the Salmon Run rotation, this song will play, and it will replace the normal Salmon Run song. And it's pretty good. I like it. Kind of stiff. I've been sitting down in this chair a lot. I need to get that lawn chair at some point. Maybe a nice lawn pillow. Just like a piece of dirt. That's what a lawn pillow is. I've mentioned what I hope the final like big run will be, right? I want it to be every single stage that's happened for a big run is in rotation. Nobody can play normal ranked matches or anything. And it's just Salmon Run. And it's like a legitimate apocalypse. And you have to protect everyone. Either that, or it's the lobby. Like, it's the main, like, lobby and the square. I want that. That's what I want the final one to be. I want to be afraid. I just want fear. I want dread. I want to feel like if we don't win, then that's it. And that should be the threat. Like, instead of it being a final a Splatfest that determines Splatoon 4, it's just going to be a big run. And if Salmonids win, then it's a legitimate apocalypse. and the world is terrible. And then the game gets like a T rating. And it's like, well, bold of them to do that, but I mean, it's our fault. Like a T rated Splatoon, what would happen? What would they say? What would make it be rated T? Craig Cuttlefish is dead. He's like leading the war effort again, except he dies and it's like, whoa. Like, I want like an apocalypse level event like Majora's Mask. Like, I want to look up and see like the salmon moon falling. Oh yeah, this is actually something interesting I can do, but it's gonna cost me my life. Oh, look at that. So if you manage to do a dive bomb like that with the dualies and you roll right in front of, or sorry, right when you're above, basically inside their baskets, you can take them out. It doesn't always cost you your life, but I really wanted to show that off, which is why I did it. Oh, also, we have the charger. So basically, the charger, I want to say it's kind of like a bamboozler, but it's not really. It's instantly charged. No matter how long you hold it for, on the first frame, it's completely charged. So you can just tap, and boom, entire shot. The damage itself is really good. I don't know what it's on par with, but it doesn't matter, because it's just super strong, and that's all you have to know. The ink that it has, you can get a lot of shots out. I don't know how many. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 shots, and then you can just recharge and get blasting once again. It's such a cool weapon. Of course, like most chargers, it does go through multiple enemies at once. It can't pierce, but, I mean, it really doesn't need to pierce, because as soon as the weak spots get revealed on Salmonage, you can just blast and kill them immediately. I just threw that, like, way not into the net. Check this out. But that guy just saved him. He saved his friend from death. That was actually kind of beautiful. I do believe that grillers can be pierced as well. Yeah, they can. Oh! Seems like we've got another king coming, so hopefully we can actually do this properly. What do we have? Okay, oh, yes, I like this one. We didn't even. I thought. I can't say. I can't. I'm not allowed to say anything about a certain weapon. Are you like? I mean, I can't. I know what I said, but like, all I'm gonna say is have a look at the health bar. You know, we're running out of time. Okay, there we go. I know I said I wouldn't say anything else bad about the umbrella, but that was 80 damage. 80! Well, you know, Christmas is coming soon. If you need a Christmas gift, I would recommend Splatoon 3. It's a good one. There's a lot of really good games that can exist for Christmas. What am I talking about? What do I want for Christmas? Nothing from any of you. As for games that are coming out, I think I might want Like a Dragon Gaiden. No, not Lego Dragon Gaiden. Composition's not fantastic. For High Tide, you'd want a more fast-paced weapon. Fast-paced, not paced. I don't know what fast-paced is. You like rub it on yourself and you go fast. It's like the gel from Portal. Using your specials like this, if you don't know, at the end of a match, it doesn't matter because you always get one special during the final wave. Even if you save both of them, it removes them. But this is going to be great because I actually do have a good weapon suited for this. This is actually good because I get perfect shots on this. You can take out the bomb pretty much instantly. You can do a bunch of damage with and die in the process, but still. 1/3 of the health, 1/3 of the time gone. It's unbelievable if you get the right weapon. And just like that, dead. See that? With 40 seconds. 40 seconds, and that's all it took.